original matchup, so now they're vetoing it. It's kind of interesting. But here we go then, Matt. It's going to be Cobble to kick things off. How do you feel about Cobble?
I know you don't particularly enjoy it because you think it's become quite predictable. I actually still really do enjoy it because I think it lends itself well to getting picks and kind of playing off of that style. I like it. Between these two teams, I think TyLoo, after what we saw against Luminosity, I'm very curious to see if Renegades have an answer to that very passive defense.
I'm sure they've done their homework. I think that was the deciding factor against Luminosity. Obviously, no one really knew how they were going to play the map, but we are into this one straight away. It's going to be TyLoo on the T side here, 4 sets of armor, and a smoke around Captain Mo. They're going to be going fast towards Long A as well, pushing the CTs back. They are hearing a lot of footsteps here, but not going to be committing just yet. Going to leave one player there, it seems, and going to be falling back towards the B side. You can see there is some pushing in from Azza here. He's on towards drop down. So potentially could be the one to lock. You can see his position right now. He wants to get 1 kill and just drop down. And could work out from that. There it is. Starting to stay though. This is Cavalier, but he gets 2. Wants a 3rd as well. Doesn't happen. I feel like he was overextended there a little bit. Still gets 2 kills, gives him the advantage.
There it is. Sponge down to 7 HP. Perhaps a chance to find him. They do get him. He doesn't get out of the room in time. And Yam losing the duel left him no hope of escape. And it's Attacker to follow up on that JKS down. This was a massive round to lose for Renegades. Low HP on Fancy and Attacker, and they still pull that off.
What's the thought process behind Azza? He gets 2 kills. I think that's sick. We've won the round. But he wants more. He wants those frag movie highlights, isn't he? There's no real reason to stay up there. Like I said, he was set up in that position. He's on the edge of the drop down, so he can actually escape. That's the exit strategy. Hits 2 shots. This is it right now. Let's have a look. You get 1. I would be falling back right now. It's not even worth at this point. You get 2. Okay. Oh my God. I've stayed. I would say my welcome. Surely get out of there. 4-7 to come in. You've got players beneath you as well. That didn't make sense to me at all, but he did do a lot of damage, and unfortunately though, TyLoo hit the shots that came to the bomb site, and they win the pistol here on the T side. No force from Renegades on the second though. A couple of upgraded pistols, Adza obviously getting the 2 kills. That's an extra $600, so he can justify that body armor for $650. A couple of grenades. But relatively conservative from the CTs here, and like I said, Sponge definitely subscribes to this mentality, but it works out. Those HGs actually doing a lot of damage, and Azza picking up the kill, 5 on 4.
Those were well thrown, very well thrown. Took Mo down to just a mere 12 HP, able to close it out. Azza, he's at 75 though, able to take down Didi, so he makes up for it again this time. They're looking up to the challenge of taking duels, but it's back down to the 2 versus 2, and Azza from a distance again with the Mac 10 picked up. Yesterday, they weren't even winning these duels in the second game when it went 16-1. Now at least they're putting up a challenge, and it's Attacker that's smoked off from his own bomb.
Yep, just buying some time here as they're waiting for his teammates to rotate over. It's going to be JKS to join him. I'm sure he can pick up some form of weapon here, as is upgraded to the AK-47 as well. They've got viewership of the bomb. So surely they can do something with this. Comes in. It's going to be Azza, the hero of this round. 4 kills for him. After he said he made that mistake on the pistol, he's definitely the hero of the second. This can be very beneficial for them going forward. It'll be interesting to see how TyLoo react to this one. For those HGs, you have to say, Matt, there was only 2 of them, but they were very important to that round.
Yeah, massive.
Doing a ton of damage and giving Azza that opening frag, making the terrorists retreat, and then the floodgates open at that stage. This is the first kill on the screen right now.
2 with that CZ and then a Mac 10.
They decided to try and fall back and reposition themselves, and it was too little too late. They get the bomb. Very clever play from Azza.
Makes up for that pistol round blunder. Again, now that's 6 kills for him, but 2 in the pistol could have been enough until he overextended. Sponge throwing the nade. He's a little bit late on it. Can't draw back the SMG. And once again, similar to what we saw this morning, we could see a back-to-back eco situation. Yam fading back in the sight, though. It's low HP for the 2 remaining TyLoo players. Yam himself, though, he's on 4. Is the Molotov. Okay, thankfully there's a smoke because that could have been it. And he's caught. Fancy gets him with the M4 picked up. Smoking on top of the bomb. But JKS, he's got 68 HP. It's 3 and 7 for Fancy, an Attacker. And they need to find a way to peak this together.
Surely JKS got us on lockdown. He's got control of the bomb. 1 bullet required on each player. They need to be shot in the face at the same time. Fancy one gives his kill away. And surely it's a simple situation now for JKS. He finishes things off and keeps the dream alive for Renegades here. Did get very hairy when they made their way to the bomb site there. TyLoo get those first 2 kills on towards Renegades, but holding strong. It's JKS, so reliable in those clutch situations. And here's the play from Yam. Doing a ton of damage with that MP7. And you saw it's such a difficult circumstance there. Had to face at the same time. They made it 2 one-on-one situations instead of giving him multiple targets. They're going to be force buying again here, Matt. Obviously, they did get it down to another 1v1 situation. But didn't get the bomb down, so confident in their pistol abilities. Drop down's been a pretty heavy area of contention for them. Again, yeah, coming in, it's going to be a clean sweep of Renegades. Attacker gets one, but that's all they'll get.
Welcome to the bloodbath. Black blood, of course.
Yes.
7 for Azur after those first 2 rounds, and 6 was the total for him, but now 5 for Attacker on the other side. This is the next best in the server. It's 3-1. After an eco from Renegades, it's still going to be one more round. Actually, TyLoo full force into this, despite only going to be getting...
This is what we saw earlier in the series.
They get.
We saw this in Dust 2, if you remember. They were force buying every single time on their T side. Never wanted to give in.
Well, starts off well. Captain Mo with the shot onto Ustillo. They have to get a bomb plant just to get the extra $800 on top of the 29 they'll receive if they lose this round. Because they're basically bought down to 0. I think I saw $300 is the highest amount of money left over.
Oh,
so with the, sorry, just to continue with the bomb plant, it's 3,700 they'll get. That's just enough to force out AKs.
Well, right now, CZs, and they have got a man advantage. It's going to be Mo towards drop down. And making the next move just yet. They have got control of long A, but it's going to be Azur to find the kill on towards Mo. On the other side of the map, they've got a smoke force connector, but JKS watching them from the ABC. They spot a couple, trying to land a shot here, but they've made it up.
Indeed, he does get it with the single AK that they have, and he doesn't lose any HP. That bodes well for their chances on trying to find this site. As JKS gets inside of the broken wall, behind the hut, he can play this carefully. Peek late. Attacker staring down that angle, but he's so low on HP, and Yam, he takes down the AK lost. It's so far forward that they have to fight against Renegades just to get that far. Bomb dropped, and this is Renegades round, no plant. And it's a problem, because they had armor bought up. They're going to get $2,900 a piece, but that's about it. Look, there it is, $2,900 exactly for Fancy, $2,950 for somebody.
Yeah, this is a real problem on Dust 2 earlier, and it's looking like could come back to haunt them again on Cobble. They're going to have to take an eco at some point.
How? Oh, Mo already bought. That's why he's down to $2,550. I was like, how did he only end up with that?
Yeah. Pretty simple round there. Renegades do lose the first frag, but keep 3 players alive in the end. So surely just a partial buy now from TyLoo. So they will be getting the upgraded pistols and some body armor. No utility this time. So the buy coming in to the next will be the full loss bonus. If ready for one, so they will be able to get orbs and a full array of AKs. So Renegades almost gifted the early advantage here of all this poor economy management from TyLoo.
It's very, very poor. Just gifting rounds to Renegades they can't really afford to do. Remember, we know that their CT side is solid on this map, but they need to pick up rounds here. They beat LG on it, and right now it's Renegades with a great lead to start things off, and another round looking to be done and dusted. Somebody falling inside a drop. Picks up an AK, see if he can slip out. Get away with it. If he can actually isolate right now, just quickly, at JKS, he could get a plant on this A site.
And looking to go towards B, yeah.
That pretty much does it.
Oh, no plant gathered, and there will be a maximum loss bonus now. And there comes the AWP on Mo. We'll see what he can do here. Fancy one, waiting to buy. Yeah, to do so, I guess he's considering bringing out an AWP as well. No, just an AK. No AWPs for the CTs yet. Obviously, we talked about Yam yesterday. He got 10k and had some moments of struggle with the AWP, but they're just sticking to the AK for now, building up some really decent cash here, Renegades. They're going to round number 7. Focusing towards the A side of the match, where the bomb will be going for the Chinese side.
Still up. Behind the box, Mo staring it down. Oh, that nearly was a step too far. But a smoke out again toward the arch. Meanwhile, we're on the A site. Pushing back. JKS at Stables, at Sponge, it's going to watch jumping behind the APC down toward the bottom of middle. They're giving a lot of map control right now to TyLoo to go for an execution should they elect to do so. It could be a split play as well with the usage of drop. Fancy. And Captain Mo is still over on that B side. Fancy is in the drop room at the top of it right now. There's the overcommitment. Ustilo goes down. That forces JKS back. This is perfect. TyLoo should be able to walk into the A site almost for free at this point. JKS is going to stay, but they let Sponge go. He goes more passive as a result of this because he is solo. But now, actually, if he stays quiet enough in the back of that site, he's going to go to barrels as well. It may work out. So TyLoo, be weary of the fact if they commit that could happen. Instead, they go back to B.
Yeah, they've got 30 seconds remaining now. It's going to be Mo going in first with his AWP, looking for that first pick. CT's unaware as to where TyLoo may be coming in, but 20 seconds, this next move will be their last. Yeah, aware now, Flashbang's coming in for that first kill. He does get it as well. Going to be refacing. It's going to be DD and a second player to actually take him down, but there it is, 3 on 3, can't take him away.
JKS, last alive versus 3, 2 on low HP. Finds the first at 3 on... Take that back. Sorry, I thought that was actually going to be Captain Mo that was facing from platform. I assumed the AWP went there, but he stays on the ground, so he's still high HP. He's still in a good position.
Yeah.
I was going to say 3 players extremely low would be a decent situation for JKS.
There it is. DD gets the final frag, and TyLoo finally, with the full buy, do manage to work the picks and play the round very effectively there. Going all the way towards the end of long A, getting that first kill with the AWP. And then making their way back towards that B side, the terrorists taking full control of that situation. The CT was very spread thin. This is the first bit. Very patient stuff from Mo, boosted up, waiting for the overcommitment. Does happen, and then facing together, making sure they get decent trades. They make their way to the bomb site. And it's DD to get the last kill here towards drop down, taking down JKS. And still, like I said, Renegades have tons of cash in. Yam finally on the AWP. He'll be making his way towards long A this time, looking for that first pick. Not going to be over-facing it. There are 3 players heading his way, but this will probably be a crossfire eventually set up. Using that very small gap in the corner of the wall there. This could be a problem though. As soon as he goes on the corner, Terror is waiting for him.
Jumping. DD that gets him though. Now they've got a chance to work in, and someone actually did correct me on Twitter. It was Liquid, not Luminosity, on Cobblestone. That was the game where Simple and
That's right.
Kusta were taking turns offing on respective sides. There's a lot of controversy around that alone, but either way, it was the passive setups that would trying to make mention of. We'll have to look for in the second half. JKS, bottom of mid, has 2 players to support him. They could go for a fast face on this. They're going to look toward danger. They could wrap behind TyLoo without even knowing it right now. They don't have much information that they're up in that position, but aside from EM going down early, they don't know if they've stuck there or not.
This is a problem now for the CTs because they've actually pushed all the way through A. They're assuming it's a B-side attack, and they think they've got some really clever play going on here. They haven't really considered long A as an option. Sponge will finally get on towards Captain Mo, and that's great. And this is probably the signal for TyLoo to start rushing in towards the A site. Luckily, though, they've got Azza. He did stick around. He's going to be towards danger right now, coming in the back, and I think he's got the advantage now, as they are going to be making their way into the site. There it is. He gets one. Spots somebody as well. I think this one's going in favor of the CT.
Well done. Well done from Azure to realize late. Go back. Yeah, you can see even PK's happy about that.
Yeah, that was very intelligent from him. Like I said, if they had fully committed and forgotten about long A, that could have been a massive problem. It's fun finding the frag, giving some decent information for his team that they don't want to go back towards A. Azure steps up, and good timing from him. And they bounce back and reset the economy for TyLoo, only getting $1,400 this round. There's the replay of Azur's backstabber to the site. Bomb did not get planted there, so they actually, of course, are going to be forced by that. So 2 AKs, a Galil, and a couple of pistols. And they're going to be rushing straight towards A, it seems, up towards mid.
DD takes him down convincing fashion. Sponge, good response, but falls to Fancy. Somebody's going to work up to the top of the ramp. Facing out, though, is going to drop you still favors TyLoo as somebody gets back with 2. Yam is desperate with the AWP. Spots one inside of the APC, but he's going to commit toward the top of the ramp, knowing that he's got a threat from that position. First, he reads it right, but attacker's still in the doorway. And that'll end the round.
Well, the force buy and rush A tactic does work out for them as well. Those tactics can be very difficult to hold off, especially when you're sending 4 players towards B at the start of the round. Let's go straight up towards middle, and unless you have an early spot on it, it's very difficult to hold it off. It's hard to come in and find that initial frag. Sponge did what he could, but it was somebody with these M4 to finish the round off. Nice little spray down Yam with a lovely shot there onto DD, but it wasn't quite enough. Now the money's starting to dwindle for Renegades. You can see JKS just on that CZ. He's still on the Famous. Yam has got an AWP, but let's see what he can do with that one. Yeah, to round number 10. TyLoo getting back into this after an initial 5-1 deficit.
Slow and steady wins the race, Henry.
Well, this is going to be a full execution by the looks of things. Maybe just a contact play.
Well, look at the flank coming out, though, right now from Sponge. We saw him do this to the Mongols. It's going to be easy. One already for him. They did find somebody in DD to get killed inside of the site, so Sponge was a little bit late because they're still getting ground. What a shot from JKS up close. Great no-scope. And down to just JKS, though, because they caught Sponge. Captain Mo with the kill coming back in from that platform position. He dropped into drop room to try and support JKS, but 1 versus 2. Time ticking, 45 seconds to play. And bomb is down on the site. That smoke will allow attacker to pick it up and go for the plant, but JKS is going to try and jump on that. It's one of those situations where he needs to do something to try and mask his movement. If he wants to get aggressive, instead he tries to fire toward Chicken Coop, and that one was close. He knows it, but he can't find the angle, and eventually Captain Mo's going to get him with a Tech 9.
JKS normally so reliable on those clutches, given a few opportunities to find that first kill in a 2-on-1 situation, but just couldn't land it. Had he got that first shot, you imagine he could probably reposition himself and give himself a fighting chance. It's Azanel with 15 kills, leading the charge for Renegades. I feel like that's their money depleted now. We'll see how it comes in. I can see they're not really spending too much here, so this could be a full eco and a chance for TyLoo to really dig their heels in now. Now we're adjusting accordingly, getting the UMPs out. Looks like they'll be rushing towards A once again. But, it's TyLoo bringing things in closer. They think that the CTs are going to be rotating straight away. I've called it as a A-sided attack. First frag now.
Time from attacker to find one. Good spin, nearly spray transfers. These pistols, though, eventually surrounding him can do enough damage. Where was the rest of his team, you have to ask, in that situation? But there they are. They've arrived.
Just in time.
Good comeback in this round, because remember with the money, the force buy early on, this went to 5-1. So it just goes to show you, when you have guns, TyLoo, look what you can do.
They have been relentless with their force buys. The point I wanted to make earlier is the fact that they probably do this a lot in the Asian scene, and obviously they're so much higher in terms of the skill calibers that it must work so much for them. But you have to feel like this won't be a viable strategy going forward. You can't force by every single T round and expect to find, well, we'll win one of these, don't worry about it. Until he got himself in a lot of trouble with Dust 2 against Cybers then earlier and lost 16-5. But do manage to recover here against Renegades. It's going to be the buy from the Aussies with 5 and 4s, no kits, and limited utility, but let's see what they can do here. Round number 12. TyLoo win there to tie things up at 6-6. It's playing more of a default right now. There are 2 players towards the inside of the map for Renegades. Focusing towards mid for now, though.
Somebody in the corner, wait for a pop flash out. Teammate to peek it, he's going to go with them. No one out toward the bales. As Captain Mo waits for a peek. Ham's up close, actually, in that position. He's already in that hallway, but he's alone. And he's caught. Captain Mo gets it.
Yeah, that's towards the upper platform. Captain Mo once again being patient, waiting for Renegades to face. I think we can see the replay now, but
we just got the split cam outside of that smoke, but it's attacker takes down JKS. By Azer to get back into one, but Sponge gets somebody so low, nearly caught. Attacker tries to catch him before he gets inside of the middle, but they know he's gone out toward long. They just have to hold on to that position. Late push from Captain Mo to try and get back over toward the A site where the bomb is planted. Keeps it to 2 versus 2, winning that duel, but there's no kits. A lot of work to do to get back in. Attacker's still trying to find Sponge. That actually keeps him quite preoccupied in some senses, so there's a chance for Azer to try and isolate DD. Gone toward balcony. Could have found it. Now they have the information on where he is. DD to peek out, finds one. Sponge low on HP. Needs to face the storm, but he trades it back. It's DD who hits Sponge first.
really nice play there from DD. I thought he was going to get them both in that spray on the crouch, but works out exactly where Sponge was lying towards the top of middle. It was a very difficult round for Renegades regardless. They had no kits, like you said. Both players pretty low on HP. DD coming up trumps. A massive round there. Here's the picks from Captain Mo. Waiting for the aggression to come in. Very patient round for them. Finds JKS as well, and they did bring it back to the 2-on-2, but just one bullet required there from DD. Sponge definitely had the drop in him, but there it is, 6-6, and TyLoo looking like they will take the lead now as well. Round number 13, they have purchased some upgraded pistols, that's about it. Hazard with head armor for some reason, but I guess he's maybe predicting an MAC 10 or something like that could come in. Not sure it's worth the extra cash, but
You're worth the extra cash.
I know.
I've upgraded you from McDonald's to Subway.
Foot long?
6 inches, sadly, sorry.
Well then, round number 13 is looking at the B stack's not going to work out for Renegades here. All 5 players towards that side of the map, and at this point, as opposed to save his head armor. That's $1,000 saved going into the next round. It will be planting straight away here, and you can see there, I've got terrorists waiting in towards the B halls as well for any rotations that may come through. There's no real reason for TyLoo to hunt it whatsoever. It wouldn't make sense. Well, the best they can gather out of it is $300 a piece per kill. It's not really worth sacrificing there. 4.5K's worth of kit. Play up. But if they are gifted the kills like that, they'll take them.
DD with the shot onto Azur. And these pistols not going to achieve much. They will funnel through a very tight choke point, far too easy. Somebody sprays them down, and it's going to be closed out by attacker.
I love it when these guys get the spray down. They really love an eco spray down. But you've got to love the passion. 7-6 now. TyLoo do take the lead after a 5-1 deficit. Great comeback here. And there's the few kills we saw that round. Not really have any worth this spray down, but still, I guess it was kind of nice to appreciate.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? I saw someone in Twitch chat say that DD plays left-handed. That's incorrect. I'm looking down at him, and his mouse is entirely on the right.
Maybe they mean his view model.
Maybe his view model. That could be true, but it seemed as though the way I read it made it sound like he was left-handed himself.
It would kind of be insignificant in whatever his view model is. That's not really a...
Yeah, that makes no difference. But no, he's playing with the mouse in the right hand, so I don't know if they saw something mirrored or whatnot on the stream. But
anyway,
he is right-handed. It is somebody to take down a JKS again to start things off. Somebody's looking strong again. Another solid game. I'm telling you, man, somebody is decent. Not you, of course, Henry.
Of course.
You're fantastic.
Yeah. Missed AT grenade there. They are on the chase now with the man disadvantage. I've got a little bit of utility remaining, and obviously, yeah, when they AWP. But it's the CTs that need to find something out of this. Set smoke's coming in now. I'll take a vision away from the bomb site, and it looks like the Fate coming in. So, winning 3 players this side of the map, it will be an ace split potentially coming in. Flashbangs. And connector. It's a big kill from Sponge, though. Takes a lot of damage, but here we go. The A play coming in.
Down on the alley, but it's Azur. Well played. 2 dropped and bomb down as well. Somebody who started off this round with 2 kills has the only 2 in the round for his team and needs to find 3 more. It has to be the ace. He is inside of the site, has decent positioning. Sponge blinded off. But he's completely surrounded in this position. 1 at long, 1 coming door connector and caught with the Molotov out. Didn't even check the site, didn't consider Sponge's position. And 7-7, Renegades come right back into it. But TyLoo, we talked about it, their CT side is excellent, so getting this many rounds is already a good start.
It was excellent under specific conditions. So we'll see whether it is still going to be excellent. I know Renegades have done their homework against these guys. PK coming in with a whole dossier on his laptop. I've seen the notes. So I'm not so sure how excellent it'll be. I'm sure they've come up with a game plan. Just to give some context to that, they had a very defensive game in the major against, a Malmo against Liquid. And they played a completely different stance we've ever seen before, and actually not challenging anywhere on the map and just allowing them to walk in the crossfire. They're very effective and something I haven't seen before, but I'm not sure it's going to work against a team that knows exactly what they'll be presenting to them. So we go into the round for 15 here. There is a boost towards drop down here. Azur taking a ton of damage there through the smoke. It's a fancy one to do it. They will be deciding to fall back here. You can see it's a nice full buy from TyLoo in terms of the weaponry. Sponge on the CZ, and no AWPs available for the CTs here. JKS has had a rough time towards this danger and long A zone, and once again going to be challenged for him just to fall back and a little more passive here, but he will be going for that first shot. Taken down once more.
Well controlled. Somebody gets right back into the damage range. It's Sponge and Yam, though, that pushed forward and managed to find kills. And no response to that. They're unanswered inside of that smoke. Captain Mo, it dissolves and reveals his position. He's got no answer for it. And again, somebody starts things off well, but suddenly it's down to another 1 versus 3. This time it's Attacker that has the chance to try and clutch this out. He's got good position again, similar to that which his teammate somebody had last round, but this is actually extremely peculiar. He has bomb, A's wide open, he's got no idea. They're all on the T side of the map. This is actually an advantage that his teammate didn't have in having the bomb, but
surely he's not going to...
He's going to get the plant. He's definitely going to get a plant. He's going to go safe plant in behind the wall.
Yeah, he just can't believe his luck that he's actually granted his opportunity.
It's just odd positioning based on the rush by Renegades. But now he needs to find 3 kills very quickly, and it could be possible. Different angles, 2 players facing, and he kind of put himself in a bad position. Obviously didn't have the information on where they were, but it's going to be Renegades again to close out the half with 2 straight rounds, 8-7.
Well, Renegades there in a tough situation, losing that first kill in the form of JKS towards long A. That obviously was a problem, but rectified straight away. Sponge and Azza, actually was Yam with him as well, going aggressive towards mid and finding kills there. Azza actually finished on 21 kills there, so lovely stuff from him. And Renegades do win the half, just about. There's 5 rounds in a row towards the end there from TyLoo. Renegades come back to win the final 2, and quite an interesting round to kick things off after the pistol. That's when Renegades came in with that force buy with the HE grenades. We see normally 5 HEs working out, they only had 2, and it was very effective, perfectly timed. Got them back into this game and enabled them to get 5 rounds in a row. But we'll see how this goes down. I feel like it's going to be very interesting to see how TyLoo's CT setup does come in. We discussed it just when we have some time here. Basically on the B bomb side, obviously one of the favoured sides of the map from the terrorists. Most teams will opt to go towards that place. It's when normally a terrorist will go towards the upper platform. They'll drop a smoke and they'll try and work a pick. That's what the standard meta is right now. You're trying to work a pick with your strongest entry fragger or lurker potentially trying to on the upper platform barrier, and he's trying to work a pick to open up the map for you. The way TyLoo approach it is they are hiding in every single position, using all the rocks, the fountains, and not having a single player face whatsoever. Actually waiting to the terrorists fully commit to the bomb site until they actually drop any sort of utility. And it's quite a weird scenario. Like, they have no one playing in drop down either. They actually allow you to take over that area. They have one person watching window from connector. And it can be kind of hard to understand. Some of the players who rely heavily on being challenged on the upper platform, a lot of the NA teams, for example, like Liquid, they're not really sure how to actually get into the bomb site once that happens. So
the thing with Liquid is they were relying on Simple. Once he decided he was going to T-side off, they wanted him to get picks. And that also put Nitro a little bit out of position because he's normally the guy that's scintillating in those situations. So yeah, there was definitely role confusion, but it was TyLoo that forced them in so deep. A little bit of a different start on the pistol right now, though, from TyLoo, because look at the aggression. And this is VP style. This is almost VP-esque. JKS is going to let them run by. They'll pop out. Yam has the first shot. Thanks very much. You've just gifted us. Oh, yes. Oh, I was going to say you've gifted us, but big whiff from JKS. Luckily, Yam was still alive. He was just reloading, so it took him a second, but follows it up. It's down to 2 versus 2, though, due to a push on the B side as well. It's all on DD. Smart, actually, for Renegades to sit and wait for that.
But still, JKS, he was given a kill on a plate. They lose this round. He'll feel like he contributed, I'm sure, but still, they have got the man advantage here. Yam with 3 kills. He's still over 1. They will be making their way towards A, but very slowly. They have got a minute to play with here. No reason to rush. Looks like that's what they will be committing. Just want to be making sure they dissect every single area. Don't allow themselves to walk past or give them an opportunity to find a one-shot. Obviously, some GSPs can be very deadly, but DD's not going to be wielding that weapon. He's got the CZ. Hasn't found a kill just yet, and they will be very close to the entrance of the site now. 40 seconds remain. They've got a couple of decoys. Can probably use those to confuse DD as he makes his way to the site, and he's going to be so far removed from this situation. He has not got a kit. They've established the site is open. It's a nice open plant as well. And that's pretty much the round side of Matt. If he somehow wins this, I'll stop casting with you if you want. Should we say that?
I don't know if I want that, Henry.
That's how confident I am.
I like to be positive, but now I kind of want DD to lose, and I don't like to be negative. Why have you done this to me? It's
I'm just saying it's so well played.
It's a crisis
from Renegades. There you go. It's so well played by them. They've done such a perfect job of winning the round. I just wanted to make a point clear how certain I was they were going to win the round.
Thank you, DD. I'm sorry to wish ill on you.
But this is the play from Yam, like he said, holding up very deep. We know they've done their homework on these guys, but this is not a normal pistol round for most terrorist teams, right? You don't play 2 players there at the start of the round. Like, you potentially would if you wanted to set up a fake, I guess, but they looked like they were very certain on that being a push coming in from TyLoo. Maybe they were aware that was a possibility. You're normally going to keep all 5 players alive and together on the T-side pistol, but there it is. It's going to be MAC-10s and a P90. Not a single rifle purchase in the second round. This could be a problem going against the force buy of TyLoo.
Could be, but it's also a lot of economy built up if they can all achieve success.
I feel like you need at least 1 or 2 rifles.
It's a long map. It's not close quarters. It's a very big map. In fact, I think in terms of actual square meters, whatever units, whatever, you know what I mean, a representative arbitrary meter of Counter-Strike.
Yep.
Of course, there's still measurements even in this world, but I think it's the largest map, which does mean long angles exist, which means 1 rifle is definitely beneficial. Dust 2 is another one where you can't really get away with all SMGs because long requires a little bit more attention than that. See if it works. Execution, a ton of smokes, perfect camera angle to spot it. All of them deployed well, but inside of the site, somebody's still there. He's forward of them. The 5-7 gets the first kill. They're going to push the smoke as well on the right side of JKS. He needs to be aware of it as EM takes down DD, and they've backed off from that position as a result of it. No fight forward still. Bomb not yet planted. Going to try and go down right now. As TyLoo have 2 players left alive. 38 HP now for just Fancy as attackers found, and it's Yam to get hit. Fancy as well. 3 kills, excuse me, for Yam, but decent damage done and well held. As somebody caused problems when they were inside of that smoke on the statue.
Yeah, there's such a solid execution there from Renegades. You saw how efficient it was. That's what they're well known for, is their solid set pieces with the smokes when they're getting some position on the map. They are very well versed in getting the smokes down, decent flashbangs as well, and just locking CTs out of the map. TyLoo picked up a couple of kills, but that's all they got for it. And no force by this time from the Chinese side. It's still going to be keeping on to those SMGs though for Renegades, and a Deagle to help them out as well.
Yeah, exactly that. Sponge goes to the Deagle. We saw him build up decent money first half against Immunity on Overpass when he elected to continue buying weapons kind of off cue. But again, they do need to get rifles out at some point. I don't think he can go really a Jaden round on this particular map and get away with it for the same reasons already discussed. Somebody on the site going to try and move passive, try and play this out. Does get damage on the Sponge, takes the bomb down as well. Deagle not able to win in that situation, but it's EM to come around. And the SMGs go to work. Mo's got 1 more. Should be where the round ends in terms of kills for TyLoo, and that's exactly the case.
Yep, pretty simple procedure for them. And they do manage to have 3 SMGs remaining, so let's see whether they decide to keep hold of those. I'm sure the P90 will be staying in. MP7 is still viable as well, but the MAC-10 can be a bit questionable. But let's see how they decide to go into this one. Sponge has got enough money to buy a rifle here, but he's going to have the Tech 9. Is there something dropped for him, or has he got something up his sleeve here? He wants to...
This is what he did as well against Immunity.
It's a strange one. Maybe he wants to be the bait, the cannon fodder jumping into drop down first.
This is literally like full Jaden now.
That's crazy. He's got enough to buy an AK, but like I said, he probably wants to allow himself just to be the bait. He doesn't care about the frags. He only has 1 smoke on him as well. Hence, he'd just be using himself as the martyr, just running in and being taken down.
All for a good cause.
For a good cause, yeah. Well, it's very admirable for him to say, do you know what, guys, I don't even want the kills. I'll go in, allow you guys to actually have something to work with. Obviously, the Tech 9 still can find kills. It's not like he's going in with nothing, but still, like I said, yeah, focusing towards drop down. Maybe this will be a fake towards A. He'll be showing his hand by himself. I'm just trying to work out. If you do get to interview him, Matt, ask him this, what it's all about. Please.
I will try
if it happens.
I will actually try my best. I can't promise anything.
Yeah, no one needs to
promise. Even though it's English to English, you never know how many translators are going to be down there to get me answers when I ask about Nuke, about Mirage.
Here's the NIP smokes.
Yes, indeed.
It's actually that different, though. That's actually going towards A, isn't it?
Yeah, it is going toward A.
So they've got a different variation of it. Okay.
And that covers off. They're going to go on this as well toward A. Bombs and drop. This is where Natu is saying they want the salesman. So, okay, they threw it out in front of the door, so there's still opening in the doorway so they can see through it, and they're trying to wrap. They were trying to wrap back to the B site, covering off, but unfortunately, it's shut down by DD, and now the fake doesn't really work out because that's the salesman play that Natu was talking about and trying to catch them off in rotation, in transition, so that the bomb site can not only achieved easier, they can walk in and be easier, but they kill everyone before the rotation even exists. And it completely falls apart on them.
So that's a very interesting approach here from Renegades. So they're doing those two smokes to take away the vision from the whole bomb side as a whole, and they're sending in Sponge first with that Tech 9, so he doesn't want to be using a rifle, then he wants to go in with the full Tech 9 fast as he possibly can, obviously run faster with the pistols than he do the SMGs and the rifles. Must be getting in there, there he is, going in first, and even if he dies, the idea is his teammates coming in behind him. There's like a little train of terrorists running in, so I guess that's the idea behind the Tech 9 buy, not getting the rifle, and obviously it does help they lose the round going into buying to the next, but an interesting tactic there, something very creative, I have to say. Rolling out the big tactics here, and the winners. Is it the winners final we're calling this one?
This is the, upper bracket final.
Okay, somebody. It's an easy kill, but does manage to pick it up on the second shot.
TyLoo and Sponge, one down, one with a kill, means it's a 1-1 trade. Renegades can try and execute on this A site. Fancy caught inside of the stables, nowhere he could really escape to because they gave up so much position at the top of the ramp, and Azur pushes forward, he finds attacker. DD through the vents, gets caught out by that though, because Azur's got an easy shot against the slow movement mechanics. He's down to 6 HP, but somebody inside of the site, not able to find the first shot with the AWP, and he's going to try and run, he's going to try and get away, just gets around the corner before Yam got up on top of the hut inside of the site. Would have been able to spot him if he didn't get around the door.
Well, this is actually pretty impressive for Renegades. This is actually a full reset now for the CTs. Somebody with that AWP towards middle. Not really worth him trying to find any frags here, considering what he has to lose. He'll be going up towards the sniper tower potentially. Always fun when people go up here. Reminds you of the good old days of public servers.
The best. I am the one and only.
Won't be facing though, of course. There it is. The money's not great for the CT, but saving that AWP does give them the temptation to force buy him. They're going to have Max 7, Famous, lack of utility, one kit. All off the idea of having this orb. We're going to run up 21. Big round here for Renegades. If they are managing to win this, it could be a double eco for TyLoo. And bring them ever so close to taking this first map in this best of 3. First kill comes in. It's a lovely shot from Sponge. That takes down the orb as well, Matt. That's pretty exciting.
Is it exciting?
I thought it was exciting.
Just the way you said it. I'm sorry, I had to. It is exciting.
That's a hell of a shot. It's Mo going aggressive on the other platform, and Sponge, not known for his crisp aim, he's going to be the one to take him down.
Well, it's a start for Renegades, but slow play again toward the B site. Somebody on the platform. We know this position can be significant in getting multiple kills if played right. Question is, will they play it right? Not at all. Yam catches him in the open. Down he goes. DD inside his romp. Has to try and make another play to save this round because they're already in the site. He's in the smoke, but he does come at the right time. Finds Azur, looks toward the site, can't transfer it fast enough toward you. TyLoo's aim slightly off, and the reset. Fancy goes for the fallen shot.
Okay then. It's Sponge to open things up there, but Fancy One does manage to recover the AWP. And like I said, if TyLoo were to lose this, it could potentially mean a double eco, so they desperately need to save these rifles. This is justified now for Renegades to go on the hunt. There's reports coming in. I assume this is tactical from TyLoo. Once again, saving the AWP and towards that sniper tower. Famous will be defending him as well. Even if attacker dies, I just want to make sure they save that AWP. It's going to be 13-8 map. And so far...
It's my favorite score.
So far, this legendary TyLoo CT defense hasn't really amounted to too much.
Certainly not. Good point to make as well, because we did big it up.
I guess it just depends on the play style. Renegades are playing quite a fast set-piece scheme. Yep. They're not actually working the defaults and trying that NA style of one smoke on the other platform and have someone try and work a pick. They're not really doing that.
Yeah, because picks aren't being found. It's when they actually execute inside of the site that they're
catching them off. They push the CDs back, and then they're, well, that round especially, that was like a little bit of an anomaly. Obviously, aggressive plays from the CTs.
Aggressive, of course.
Aggressive, of course, which you don't expect. That goes against the methodology we were describing before. But it was like they were desperate. They had a force fire of the AWP, and it's Sponge ripped off the head of Mo, and then they slowed things down, executed once again, and managed to force another round in 13-8. Tactical balls from TyLoo. We really did favour them going into this series, but so far, it's Renegades got the upper hand. Yesterday, TyLoo actually 16-1 them on overpass. Remember playing that today. That was first veto, and yesterday it was actually Renegades' first pick. So
respect.
Yeah.
Respect ban.
And the last ban for TyLoo actually was Nuke. So Renegades,
they had a chance.
They're happy to play it.
Yeah, well, I think they are happy to play it, but they aren't going to pick it themselves.
Yeah, sure.
They'll leave it in, and if someone else picks it, great. They think they're ready to play them on it, but they're not going to be so confident to pick it and realize they walked into a trap.
Yeah.
Bubble tea.
You're making quite a mess over there.
I'm enjoying my bubble tea. Leave me alone. You're jealous. You wish you had bubble tea.
I don't like lumps in drinks. It's a bit much.
Bubble, bubble, pop, pop. There's a K-pop reference for you. From the hottest girl in Korea ever, Hyuna. She's a babe.
Well, going into this one, it looked like Renegades were ruined. But now I think they've been saved.
They might be. But it's TyLoo that has to answer back again. Like you said, this is a map that they were shocking everyone on in Malmo.
Round number 22. They have saved that AWP, but not forcing into this necessarily. It's going to come down to Fancy One. I'd like to see where he's positioned. As we go into round number 22, this could be a great opportunity for Renegades to get so close to map point here in this best of 3. And I think they all plays towards long A. We just spotted it there.
Did we spot it, Henry?
We spotted it, mate. Well, this is calm and calculated from Renegades. Don't want to force too much here. Like I said, they don't really subscribe to the approach of a lot of other teams. It's that smoke on their platform straight away and trying to work the pick. You can see they're setting themselves up, bunching towards B. That suggests they'll be doing another smoke execution here. Still have 3 smokes to go. Here we go.
Yeah. Sponge may have... Yeah, DD's going to have heard that. So they know it's going to be B now.
That's still okay. Considering it's a full execution, they haven't shown their hounds anywhere else. It was pretty obvious regardless.
True, and they do have the weapons, but watch DD's positioning and timing. I'm pretty sure he's directly behind them right now. In fact, he is. He's going to be down the hallway, so they need to execute quickly. This pistol from DD could be a huge problem, and DD's got one already. He's got 2, in fact. And that's Attacker to close out because now they're confused. They don't know which way to look. Oh, missed shot, though, and he's still alive, but it's 1 versus 3. Pistol duel, saved by Fancy from a range. And DD did get into a perfect position. Yeah,
just that 5-7 actually is very influential there. And TyLoo just with the AWP and a FAMAS and some PT-15 and a 5-7 is DD with the perfect timing. As I said, it was almost pretty obvious that they were going towards B Renegades, but they just didn't factor in that someone may be backstabbing them there. And it's DD, look at this timing. He actually catches them perfectly with flashbangs in their hands, and it's going to be the spray down from Attacker. So it's the FAMAS and the 5-7 that go huge, and doesn't even require any help from the AWP. And now TyLoo have a great window of opportunity to take things to double figures here. Tech 9s and some body armor for Renegades as they're going to be forcing themselves towards drop down. Takes a Molotov to the feet as well. Goes under 54 HP. And now then, TyLoo, I feel like this may be the start of a few rounds in a row for them. They've got the AWP out as well. Full buy. And they should almost certainly be winning this one.
See if it plays out in their favor or not. Fancy, 2 kills. JKS gets back into him finally, but rotation already coming over, and DD just going to watch the bottom of the middle while Mo goes to work. This is that jump shot. Good strafe around the corner. But you're still open. JKS spammed through the very fragile stable.
Well then, double figures have been achieved for TyLoo. What seemed like such a strong lead for Renegades is quite rapidly evaporating here. As we go into round number 24, they have got the AWP on the arm, but it is a glass cannon. That can be a problem on him. Cobble, lots of HE grenades flying around, and spam potential as well. Captain Mo going to be facing towards middle this time, not being super aggressive, but all 5 players for Renegades going towards B straight away. This could be more of a classic mentality here. There's a smoke I was talking about. They are actually going to be doing more of a default classic play, but maybe a smoke execution coming in as well as they are lining up He's about to get a ton of damage there. Does he know what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. He's looking straight down at it. I'm not sure why he wouldn't. We could see it. Nate on top of that flyer does massive damage, and as you say, it could have been the string of successful rounds in a row until Renegades, though, Ustillo does manage one more kill. Somebody smoked off. This is the passive play we're talking about, but Renegades is so much faster than Liquid was on these executions. It's actually tearing them apart. Mo gets one more kill, but Yam responds into him. And look at the HP. Somebody and Attacker are both so low, and there's smoke out. Azur's going to get in a perfect position. Oh, but real red from somebody. Sprays through it. He just anticipates that the corner might be occupied. Yam with a good shot on somebody. Down to still 2 versus 2. He is burning alive. He's gone, in fact, but it's Chicken Coop. And it is JKS. 1 versus 1. Fancy's going to try and tap this out, but now force the issue. And JKS just needs to stay alive. He's being smart about this. Nearly gets phased out, nearly gets exposed, but he gets the shot instead. And now it's 14 rounds for Renegades.
Every time this guy, last player alive, but clutches so frequently. It's very impressive to see how calm and collective JKS is in those situations. And it was a really horrible start for Renegades there. I'm not sure. It didn't look like Sponge was flashed to look. You can see on his screen right now. Why
yeah,
is he
he is.
What?
We didn't see it because we swapped.
No, because he would have his hands over his eyes.
True, actually. And we snapped to him halfway through it. So, yeah, I mean,
the model
we could clearly see it.
The model would be representing that.
You're right. And we could see it on our screen that there was flames at his feet.
That was very strange, but they win the round regardless. 4B rush now. This league getting in there. Sponge and Ustillo to open things up. Great opportunity to take this to map point now.
Yeah, down from drop, takes DD. Oh, team kill though from Hazard.
I think it's okay there regardless.
A lot of team kills this weekend, nonetheless. This
lot.
might be the highest amount at one tournament. If someone actually could look up that statistic, that would be phenomenal. Of how many team kills there has been in this tournament, and
there has, thinking about it, there has been a ton of them. At least 2 a game, it feels like.
There's been a lot in this tournament.
And backstabs of knives as well in sport.
Just one of those, really.
I know, but I'm just.
But yes, that did happen. It was the Mongols that had the first in the tournament. It was Machine Gun that shot. Was it Zilkenberg or was it? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Map point for Renegades on map 1 against TyLoo. Impressive for them to get a map because remember, it was a reckoning that they got last time these guys played, just yesterday, in fact.
Well, they do manage to save weapons once again. Open M4, so still a little work to do there. I think a pause is coming in. This will be the tactical pause for Renegades now.
From TyLoo.
I think they've already, did they not
already? Oh, TyLoo did already use it. You're right. Yeah, what am I saying?
I don't know what you're saying. But it's going to be Renegades. Just taking the time now. This will be called by the coach. He's trying to show that even though you think you're going to win, don't have to be too...
Interesting aspect of it is that the weapons, yes, okay, they're up, but the money is not really great for their side still.
They'll definitely have a lot more cash than the CTs, that's for sure.
Absolutely, but the point is if they lose this round, if they were to make a mistake, then it could actually start a bit of momentum the other way.
Just making sure they don't get too ahead of themselves. The coaches are like, right, let's calm down, let's think about, we've got a ton of strategies and executions here. We know what's worked so far, we know what hasn't worked. How do we make sure we guarantee ourselves a solid chance of just taking one of these 5? It's the best opportunity to do it right now. We know the money's weak for the CTs. They've got an AWP. I would say another execution like they've been doing towards B, that's going to be the best way to try and find out where he is, see if we can get him to shoot a bullet first, then we go and execute towards the B site.
Just to clarify as well, Sponge is still, and you can see him being vocal in this timeout, is still strat calling. He's just not sitting in the middle because JKS was sick, and the air conditioning vent actually vents just above where Sponge is, so it's kind of a little bit stronger in that position, and they didn't want JKS to be any worse than he already is with his cold. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying JKS.
Yeah.
It is Yam. JKS is on the far end where you cannot see him behind Sponge.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why. So Yam wasn't feeling great yesterday, and the AC was certainly not helping.
Well, they have the opportunity now. This goes to show you that to be fair, TyLoo seem like a very turbulent team to me. They seem like their approach, they really need to lock down their terrorist side economy management. It seems like they have got so many talented players and a good understanding of the game, but they throw a lot of situations and get themselves in deep holes they don't have to, and they can recover from them eventually, but it seems avoidable. The side on so many force players on the T side there. We're just going in with 2 AKs and 3 pistols time and time again. It's still, obviously, can be win you rounds, but just over and over and over. Seems to be throwing a few away. There we go then. We are coming out of the pause. This was called by Renegades, even though they are on 1 round away. We'll have a look at the buys coming in. CTs do have... waiting for this to go. I'll tell you in a second.
Just tell me.
There we go. So it's a very strong buy from Renegades, to be fair, but they have the money, like you said, if they do lose this, it's going to be difficult, but still have enough for AKs at least. They'll definitely buy, considering they know they can reset the CTs, but obviously they only need one round. There we go then, 5-7, Mag 7, Famous, and that's saved Orp and M4. Don't have tons of grenades here, but the setup has been established to the CTs as a crossfire towards long 8, 3 players towards B. Not going to be facing necessarily just yet. That chicken coop area was quite interesting against Liquid. They were happy to stay there, not face whatsoever, and wait till the bomb was planted. That's when they finally showed their hand from that. Renegades being so careful right now. So long A will be the first area of conflict.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. DD into Sponge starts things off well. Somebody with just that 5-7. The first pick for TyLoo, extremely important in this situation. Still a lot of work to be done to just try and get back into this game for TyLoo, but again, this money could account to 2 rounds if it works out this time. Attacker, shotgun, Meg 7 again. It's got to be one of the highest tournaments for Meg. 7 kills as well as somebody follows it up and Ustillo goes down. DD spots up 2 at the top of the ramp. Fancy spots Azur and this falls apart. If anything, you've just given a free timeout to TyLoo because Renegade's plan was overthought and too slow, and TyLoo came up with an alternative that definitely worked better.
I'm not even sure what they did that was so different there. They just seem to, Renegades seem to walk into situations not refragging. They're losing to...
That was actually the slow pace that Liquid was trying to get picks with and didn't work.
Yeah.
The execution that they were running on B was much better.
Super slow, facing 1 by 1. And maybe you're right, overthinking the situation. The money is going to be affected going into this one, so they will be going with Tech 9s and head armor. So it is a partial buy here, but still enough to work with in terms of trying to swarm a bomb site. We'll be going for another fast play towards middle here, just straight through the doors. And towards danger as well, but it's going to be Captain Mo finding that first goal, taking out Sponge once again. He goes down to 5 HP, but still the Terrorist is going to be smoking it off and pushing their way onto the bomb site.
Decent hold from TyLoo is Fancy, Captain Mo, each with kills, but Azur gets 1 more Tech 9. Nade's going to go in, he gets inside the box, so he won't take damage from that 13 HP though. Would have easily taken him down, and they will. They swarm onto him, and it's now 15-12. This is exactly what we mentioned about the money.
Indeed. Well, 3 rounds to go for TyLoo to just force overtime. Renegades need 1 to take the first map here in the best of 3. To round number 28 now, we'll see the buys coming in. AWP on Yam. Once again, it's a glass cannon, but it's a double AWP setup. Make it a triple AWP. Okay, no, it's not. I was going to say TyLoo have triple AWPs. They do have them, but leaving 1 in spawn. Decided against that idea. I think that's probably the right call.
Captain Mo.
Okay, now it is a triple AWP setup.
Yeah, it is, and it's going to be Fancy that refaces out toward long. He's so up close, though, that it's 1 and done because Azur's there around the corner, and Azur's got Mo as well. This could be the beginning to the end. DD needs to cover the cross, but a smoke goes out. He's going to put his own in front of it. This may actually allow him to push back through, but it's Sponge to take Attacker before they can even do anything about it. And the bomb's down. DD does manage 1 shot, does catch a cross. Wallbang through Stables onto Ustillo. And somebody's gotten through the vents. That smoke out. They're going to try and use this. He's going to try and wrap around the tree. Oh, and the flash. The timing. Oh, that was perfect. Sponge had no idea. He gets to the site and somebody gets 2. The timing was everything. It's JKS to bring it back down to the 1-on-1, but somebody's facing top of the hut. AWP. And JKS isn't going to face this. He's going to try and bait this out because the bomb is still ticking and somebody has to get on it. Nade out. He knows he's not holding. There's the face. Tagged again, and it's extremely low HP, but now he's on it. Flashbang as well, popped as he peeks. Oh, JKS can't find it, but he's got the lineup. He just has the crosshair placement right. It's going to be 16-12, and you can tell both Monty and Gomez are very appreciative of the fact that this is over 16-12.